Sorry, I think there is. Hold on.
Okay.
Trying to find out. Okay. Shit. Okay, guys, welcome once again to our channel. If you're not subscribed, make sure you click down below to subscribe to this channel. Like and comment on this video. The more you like our videos, the more YouTube recommends the video. So today we're going to be talking about Ready to Love episode 7, and today was the episode that the guys took the girls to meet their ex. I always dread this kind of episode where the guys or whichever people they are gonna meet their ex, because sometimes these exes be making shit up, or these exes be fucking things up, or these exes are just like playing like, okay, what's going on here? I don't know, but I feel like I don't see a reason why they should be meeting their exes. I don't know if you feel that same way.
Well, me personally, I don't have a problem meeting my significant other's ex. Because you
Yeah.
find out a lot of things, even if you don't ask a lot of questions. You
Yeah.
kind of read the room and read the vibes. So
Yes.
to me, it's always a good thing. Especially if it's a good ex, and there's no such thing as a good ex, but somebody
Yeah.
who didn't create a bunch of pain and misery along the way of that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That I could do without. But just a regular breakup, yeah, okay, whatever. It doesn't phase me.
Yeah. So let's go into the episode. Firstly, we're going to talk about the first date they showed us on today's episode, and that was um we have I Maurier went on a date. The first date he had was with Janelle and Jessica, and this is his girlfriend. What? Oh, as in, like, the girlfriend's name is also Jessica. So she is like an unconventional, her religion. And I felt like, I don't know, I felt like he shouldn't have put that forward, like, or he should have told the ladies before bringing them to this lady, to his ex, that this is the kind of spirituality that I delve into. This is the kind of way my spirituality life is. And I felt like that was a blind sight to those ladies, to Jessica and Janelle, coming to this date with um the ex-girlfriend, and she's pulling out tarot cards. I felt like if he had told them beforehand, I think they would have mentioned to him one way or the other that, oh, I don't believe in this. I'm such a Christian girl. I believe in this. This is my belief in life. This is what I worship. This is who I love worshiping. And it wouldn't have been like a shock to the both of them. I felt like that was wrong of him to have done by blindsiding them, of not telling them this is what
Yeah,
is going on.
yeah, that was pretty crazy. Because I don't believe in tarot cards myself, but
Mm-hmm.
what's really crazy is I don't know if you remember Mrs. Cleo back in the day.
Yeah.
Okay, I had this crazy part-time job where I
Okay.
was a tarot card reader. I needed the money, you know,
Yeah.
and I really tried with these people that were calling in, spending their money. I think it was like $5 a minute or something crazy. You know, I I just listened to their problems. I really wasn't flipping cards. I was just listening to their problems and trying to give them solutions to solve their problems. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really telling the future. I was just telling them how to move past their situation.
Yeah.
Because I really don't believe in cards can read the future. I'm not into that.
Yeah.
But hey, like I said, it was a job and it paid, you know. But yeah, I thought that situation there was just not a good situation to be in. Um, and like I said, they're very religious women,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just like bringing Satanism in the house of the Lord, you know. So
Yeah.
it just wasn't a good thing for him to put them out like that, without letting them know what they're about to get into.
Exactly. That was the same way I felt. Like he shouldn't have put them out like that. He should have let them know beforehand, because I would have been sad, or I would have felt so bad that you put me in this situation, and I don't want to be disrespectful to this lady, because I know to respect everybody's belief, to respect what you're into, you get. But I believe in something. I used to say I respect whatever thing you want to do, respect whatever way you want to live your life. But
Right.
just those things that I don't like, don't bring them close to me. I can be your friend, and you can live whatever you want to live, as be whatever you want to be, you know, ask whatever you want to ask. I will support you in that. But if you know that it's not something that I really like, it's not my preference, and you push it to me, that is where we're going to get pissed off. That's where I'm going to get annoyed with you. So I felt like if I was the one in that situation that Janelle and Jessica was, I literally would be very pissed off at Maurier, because that was bad on his side. The lady was fine. His
Right.
ex, she was okay. Like even when they were feeling uncomfortable, she still tried to, like, be accommodating. But that was not her place. The person that should have done that was Maurier, and he helped out. And another thing I wanted to say, I didn't know that him and Janelle, like, I was surprised when I saw Janelle there. Like, I don't know. I have never seen 1 ounce of communication, talks, connection between them, or maybe even a date. Probably they didn't show it to us. Probably it didn't make the cost to be shown to us on TV. But still, we've not seen like even a side eye, you know, from Maurier and Janelle. So I'm literally surprised.
Yeah, I was really surprised with that relationship as well, simply because she doesn't seem like his type, and it seemed all last minute. You know, like, well, these two don't
Exactly. I
work.
felt
This
the
is
same
this
way.
is my backup. She was like a spare.
Hmm.
So I just didn't understand that, and I just kind of thought it was just like kind of crazy.
Hmm.
Because really, it doesn't seem like she connects with anybody in that way. You know what
Janelle.
I'm saying? So when I seen her on a date, I was like, "What the heck is going on here?" You know?
Exactly. I was shocked. I was like, what's Janelle doing here? Like, I was surprised. I was like, wow. Probably they didn't show us, or it didn't make the cuts for TV, something like that, because it was totally surprising to me that Janelle was somebody he brought on this date. Even I would even say the same thing for Jessica, because literally, I well, okay, apart from that group dates they did together, but even on the group dates that he took them to this improv class, it was not him and Jessica. So um I'm also surprised for Jessica, but the most shocking one was Sierra's. I felt like he's trying to, I don't know, he's thinking of, okay, fine, next week the ladies will be choosing, okay, let me expand
Yeah,
I don't know how to put it, because Sierra was surprising for him to say again to come ask his ex Sierra. I was shocked, because I felt like that was an afterthought, and that's not fair on her, for someone to choose you as an afterthought after he messed up the main people that he had in mind. He messed that up, and he's taking you out as an afterthought. Like, I'll be pissed off watching it
Yeah.
because I know right now they're at home watching it. Watching it, if I was Sierra, I'll be very pissed off that you chose me as an afterthought or somebody of okay, fine. At least she's still there. I still have hopes of being on the show.
Yeah, it seemed like he was, trying to get the numbers up on his side. The more
Mhm.
women that vote for me to stay, then I get to
The more,
stay,
yeah,
another week or two, you know, because it
exactly.
just didn't seem like they had anything in common. Like they really hadn't talked in the past, and like they weren't calling each other. They weren't like having lunch dates or, you know, any of that. So it was just kind of weird to see, and it just felt forced.
Wow. I thought I was the only one that said it. I actually the part where he was saying when she was like he asked the question, "Are you okay with exes being friends? Like him and his ex are still close friends?" And she was like, "That's a new territory for me, but I think I can accommodate it. But men be, doing things." And he was like, "Yeah, I messed that up. I lost my chance." That was like a pink flag to me because are you still trying to be in the good grace of this lady? You are like, "I missed my chance. I messed that up." That sounds as
Yeah.
if you still like her, you're still looking for a way probably to get back in a good grace or for her to come back as your main woman. That's rank and an alarm in my head. Like, no, this is looking like a very, 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 very pink flag.
Right. I think at that moment I would have excused myself because I'm not about to sit here and be second best to nobody. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It seemed like he was still jonesing on her, like, yeah, I messed that relationship up. And, it was like I would have put them hand in hand and said, continue, as I got up out my seat and left. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, don't try and make me jealous of somebody. If you
Mm-hmm.
still digging on them, why am I here? I don't want to hear how you praise this other woman, and then I'm sitting here and I'm trying to get to know you, and I'm still trying to figure out why did you call me out on this date. So
Mm.
I I would have been walking out, because I don't have no time for the rubbish.
Like I did feel when I was watching it yesterday, I kept on looking my eyes. I was like, how would Sierra be feeling right now watching the show? And even after she left, and they were discussing about it, and it was like she's giving me homegirl vibes. If she gave you homegirl vibes from the beginning, why did you call her out and said it's a date? Why are you giving the wrong impression? Why are you saying I'm calling you out for a date? It doesn't make sense. Like I love Maurier was one of the guys I did like in this experience, but after this yesterday's episode, I started looking at him a certain way.
Yeah, it's not a good look. You messed up with two girls or two women, and then you got the third woman, and she's just like almost like a loose string that you're trying to tie because you don't have scissors to cut right now. So you kind of tie it and hope that the rest of the fabric doesn't shred apart, you know? So
Yeah.
I just, to me, that it almost felt like I'm going to use you to fill this blank,
Mm.
and I just, it left a
Exactly.
bad taste in my mouth.
It did leave a very, very bad taste in my mouth. I did not I did not love that. As in, I saw Maurier in, I started seeing Maurier in another light. Considering the fact that I had always liked him, he was one of my favorite guys on the
Yeah.
show. And now I'm looking
Hmm.
at him and I'm like, wow, it's the quiet ones that be giving red flags.
Oh yeah, I just looked at him and said, "Here go another buster. Here go another joker." You know what I'm saying? Somebody who want to play
Mm-hmm.
games with people. It's like I didn't really see him with Janelle though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know that he probably kind of liked her or something, but it doesn't seem like she's his type, and vice versa. You know, and then as far as
Exactly.
with um, who was the young lady?
Sarah and
Jessica.
Jessica.
Yeah, Jessica. It, it doesn't seem like Jessica is his type either. It just seems like he needed to fill the void to say,
Mm-hmm.
hey,
Yeah.
I want to be with, well, these are my two top picks, you
Yeah,
know.
I felt like he wanted to bring the ladies to the dates, and the ladies would be like, okay, oh, he was actually thinking about us. He was actually, he sees us. You get that kind of thing, like create a good impression that, oh, they've always been on his mind. That was
Nah,
what I did think, because I was still cracking my head like, what is this guy? Why did he call these ladies? None of the ladies that came, literally, I understood what was going on. I was so shocked.
yeah, like I said, it just did seem like a good match with either three of the ladies, and his two possible two, it just seemed mismatched. It's like wearing a black sock and a white sock at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't understand why he did that. What was the purpose of it?
Mm. Now going to a situation where I even felt like, for me, it would have been a moment of, is this my spot? Am I right here? And that would be on this date. Um, this is Quinton's ex.
Right.
Now, there's something I want to point out, and I'm not
Hmm.
coming from the place of being rude or trying to be. I'm not trying to be rude to anybody. But I looked at his ex. Look at how petite she is. Look at how she is. Now we
Right.
come to Lee. Lee is almost the same with his ex.
Right.
Now we come to Janelle. She's a total different body type, every way from his ex and the other lady he's chasing after.
Right.
I think if I was Janelle, at that moment, when I got there and I saw his ex and I looked at Lee, something would have been ringing in my head at that moment. Like, I would have started questioning, like, does he really like the kind of person I am? Because we know that this guy is a gym guy. He's a gym buff. He likes going to the gym. And if there's
Right.
one thing I know about guys that like going to the gym, they also like their ladies
To look fit.
to also be fit gym buffs like them.
True.
So I felt like at that moment when I did see the ex and I saw Lee, I felt like if I was Janelle, the first question I'll be asking to myself was, am I sure I am really the type of this guy? Or what am I doing here? Because it seems like this is a waste of time. This is a waste of,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would have looked at him. Excuse me. I would have looked at him like, for one, you're younger than me, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and you don't date. Excuse me. You don't date um that more mature, seasoned woman.
Exactly,
At
because looking
least
at the
not for.
exes too, she's not that older than him, and he has always said he likes older women. So I'm beginning to doubt.
Yeah, I think maybe he's more in love with the boobies, because they're there. They're out there. You can see them. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he's thinking about
Oh my
motorboating and
God, not
everything
even
else.
this. Oh,
Yeah, because I mean, I don't see where the connection is. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. Like I said from the first preview of the episode that we previewed, it seems like
yeah.
they got her in the wrong place. She needs a more seasoned gentleman. You know, I mean, even her and which one is that? Phil probably would have made a pretty decent couple, but they never got that chance, or maybe they did and they
To have a
just were like,
chat.
yeah, or maybe they were like, nah, I'm good, but it seemed like she needed to be with a whole different cast of men,
Mm-hmm.
because these men were just too young and not within her age limit. You know what I'm saying? So that was just a crazy match between the two of them to me from the get. I was like, okay, who's faking the funk? One of them is faking the funk, seriously. Does she really, really like him like that? And
I feel, I feel,
does
I feel, I feel whenever I see Janelle and Quinton, I'm sorry to say this, what I see is lost. Like I just see she's looking at his body and she's like, oh wow, this guy is hot. I just feel like that's what I see from Janelle. Like the sexiness of his appealing body towards her is clouding her judgment to see what is there right there in her face. Because me, if I was I walked in there, I wouldn't even be sitting down and I'll be asking myself, what exactly am I doing here? Yeah, I would have asked myself, what was I doing here? Because look at his ex. Like the ex and Lee could stand can stand side by side.
yeah, I agree.
And she also said that she's a gym person. And when they asked Lee, where are you coming from? Lee was like, oh, I'm just coming from a workout. I'm like, it's there. It's all there. Like I don't know why Janelle is not saying it, but in short, just watching that date, I was able to know that Quinton. I don't know why. I say maybe it's just there for the ex thing, for sexual stuff. But I know that for love, life, it's not there.
Yeah, like I said,
She's not his type.
Janelle gives off auntie vibes. She could be everybody auntie on there, everybody big sister. You know what I'm saying? She's out of her league with these women. I mean, not saying out of as far as the beauty and the talent and the intelligence. I'm saying as
Yeah.
far as the age goes.
Mm-hmm.
She's mature.
She's in her 40s.
Yeah, she's mature. She's seasoned. Where you got these young 30-year-olds and they got tight snatch waist and
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, she just always gave me auntie vibes, you know. So yeah,
I
it's just not a good match. I seen that from the beginning, and poor Lee, I think I
oh
would
my
have,
oh yeah.
yeah,
Polly.
yes,
This phase, this expression was it because I didn't understand why that guy would say that there when her competition is there looking at her in the
yeah.
same place and you're like he was so nonchalant about it. Oh, I understand because I ghosted. Who is happy to be ghosted?
Exactly. That's just like saying, "Hey, I had a first kiss with her and her breath stank." You know what I'm saying? Well, you don't tell another woman that you just ghosted me. You know,
Exactly, you don't tell another woman that you ghosted somebody, especially
yeah,
it's not even another woman, like maybe her friend or something. Another woman in the level that the both of them are fighting for who would actually end up being yours.
Yeah, I understood why she just got kind of silent and quiet. That's like almost telling your
She was
deepest, darkest. Well, that's
she's
almost like
she's better
telling your deepest,
she's
darkest
better
secret
than
to
me.
somebody. You know? It's
She's
like,
better than me because I would have walked out.
yeah, I would have been like, okay, I'm good. You
She
guys
tried
enjoy
to stay to the
yourselves.
end. She literally did try to stay to the end of the dates because if it was up to me, oh my god.
Yeah,
If it was
but
up to me, I would have been, I would have just found an excuse to leave.
yeah, I mean, even though he said he ghosted her, that just kind of shows a lot in his character where, why do that? If you're not interested, you're not interested. He talking about he got, what do you say, overloaded or over oh god, what word am I trying to use? Um he was oh jeez. Whatever the word was, it was no excuse. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
There's never an excuse to ghost a woman. You know, let them know. Quit playing
And I
games.
don't think even when he said it, I don't think he said it in a way of apologizing for it
Yeah,
or
that kind of
trying to
hurt her.
apologize for it. I think he just wanted to prove a point because his girlfriend said something about him not always wanting to be committed, and he was like, "Yeah, I understand because I just ghosted her a few days back." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, okay, fine, you said it out. Okay, drop the apology, let it follow after. Apologize." Like it didn't sound as if he was really, feeling bad for that. I
Yeah,
felt he just wanted to show he's a macho man. Like, yeah, yeah. What she says is what's happening.
yeah. Now I remember the word. He said overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed. Like, for
Yeah.
what?
Oh my god.
For what would overwhelm you? You know? So that was a very poor excuse. I was overwhelmed. Well, what was you
Oh,
doing? Talking to all the girls at the gym and you forgot who called you and whose name you had who under, or she called you and you was with somebody else and didn't want to be bothered. Like, what was the reason?
what was
Because
the
being, oh,
overwhelming? I'm
yeah,
telling you.
come on. That
I, I,
overwhelmed is,
I felt that was the reason. When he even said I was overwhelmed, that was why Leo was just like, I'm
I know.
done.
My
I'm
eyes
done.
rolled into the back of my head when he said that. I was like, boy, if I could just touch you through this TV, I think I'd slap you for her. You know what I'm saying? Overwhelmed.
And the fact that the ex-girlfriend, and that's why most times I don't like these exes because they are very obliged. You've dated this guy, you know what he is like, you know his characters, you know his bad side, and you were
Right.
like, you heard that kind of statement, and you're like, oh, did you notice she just went off? Like, didn't you hear what she heard? Wouldn't you have gone off if you were in her place?
Yeah, it kind of seemed like the ex girlfriend was basically saying stuff like, yeah, you don't want to like her because, like a little jealousy seemed like, or a little envy kind of
Yeah,
came out. Like, well, yeah, I wouldn't pick her because she just went silent. What? Like, what is there to really say after that? Besides, nice meeting you, nice seeing you, Janelle, and
goodbye.
peace. Yep, peace. It would have been nothing else to
Oh
say.
my god, exactly. And
So yeah,
and the way when after they left, did you see the way he held Janelle's backside?
yeah,
I was like, I'm not sure this guy is ready for a relationship. And the ex said something that he's not committed. Why they broke up was because he didn't want to be exclusive. Got me thinking like this guy is not serious.
yeah. That's that personal trainer for you. You know, you're out there and you're
He's a
helping
playboy.
girls. Yeah, you're helping girls exercise, and you're watching
And he's
them.
he has all the magic. His chest is very he's attractive. I would say
Yeah,
that he's attractive.
yeah,
Then he has all those things, and he sees beautiful women
all the time.
every single day.
Yep, all the time.
And
And
Janelle would tell me that she hasn't calculated or talked for 1 second and say, this guy goes to the gym and he sees this quality of women every day wanting to work out, and he also is like that, and you tell yourself, okay, at the end of the day, that would be my man. Like, let's stop deluding ourselves. Then tomorrow, like, for unfortunately for you, you get married to him, you start complaining in the marriage. Someone said in a marriage and counseling that we went to, or like a marriage seminar, and the person was like, "Oh, sometimes we ladies, we always have this problem that whenever we meet guys and we start
Mhm.
dating them, we see those things that are bad. We see them, but because of I don't know whether love or something else, we tell ourselves, you know what, I'm just gonna ignore it. Then it turns into marriage, and you'll be like, I never knew you were like this. You knew,
Yeah, yeah,
you did know. But
yeah.
at that moment, you were so in love, or whatever you were in at that moment, you decided to block your eyes, not to see them. You were seeing them from that time. There is no. The person said something, that was the first time I was very surprised that there is no relationship you've been in the dating process that you will not have seen some traits or some characters in the guy or in the girl that you didn't like. And at that
Right.
moment, you didn't address it. Then it enters into marriage. You will not be like, oh, I don't like my wife. I don't like my husband. He does this, he does that. She does this, she does that. But those things were there when you were dating, but you decided to ignore them. And I think that's what Janelle is doing to herself.
Yeah, I don't think that I could personally date a personal professional trainer, because like who are you training? I'm like I said, I'm not jealous, but you know, I just know, I've been around a while,
Mm-hmm.
so I just know, like a personal trainer, no, we couldn't be mates. We could be friends, but we couldn't be mates. Nope. Uh-uh. Nope, nope, nope. You might as well
Yeah.
get somebody who's addicted to sex. It's basically the same thing because they're gonna lust after what the eyes see, you know?
And I was like, Janelle is and I also feel like the problem with Janelle is like she likes this title that she has, that almost all the guys wants to be close to her, almost all the guys want to go out on a date with her. So I don't know, maybe she's not thinking, like she's blinded by the fact that all the guys want her. But truthfully, your question should be, why wouldn't they want you?
Right.
You're beautiful. You have everything in
Hmm.
large quantities.
Right.
Why wouldn't they? And that the problem is not about them not wanting you. The problem now is about you picking the right person for you, because they will come after you. They
Right.
would.
Yeah,
And
but
I just
I still feel sorry for Lee because I really have who has Lee really had a connection with?
she don't the fact is that I said this earlier on. I think one of the reviews we did, I said the problem with Lee was that she was too invested in Quinton that she didn't want to see the good in another guy.
Mm,
I said
okay.
it, I don't know which episode we were talking about, and I said it. I said, she's so involved, she's so into, okay, no, I think you didn't, okay, you were not, we didn't do the live. I joined another panel and I talked about it. I said, she's too much into Quentin that she didn't want to see the good in any other guy.
Right. Right, because it ain't really too many guys left. You know, ain't
Did
too
she, did
many.
she did, I said it's not about there are not too many guys left. Did she even give an opportunity? Let it be that the opportunity was given, but it was not, there was nothing there.
Yeah, maybe she didn't find a true match, but said, "Hey, I'm just gonna stick around until I'm voted out." Because I really haven't seen her have a conversation or a real date with anybody that I could
Mhm.
remember.
I literally wish it would go well for her, because who knows, she might be the one. Okay, this the next week is the guys. The girls will be on the one sending the guys out. Well, I don't know. I really did feel bad for her in this episode. I
Yeah, me too.
did.
Me
And
too.
let's just wait and see. Probably in the next week's episode, maybe they will have a conversation. I do hope they have that conversation, because he was so oblivious and was like, "Yeah, I saw that. I always like a woman that fights for me." Mm, wow. I'm fighting for you. Are you fighting for me?
Yeah,
You
I
kind
think
of get, yeah.
no, I was just gonna say I think maybe, if she maybe tried to get a chance to know Chris, it seems like her and Chris, their vibe is almost the same. You know what I'm saying? And they
Oh
seem better suited for each other, but I don't even know if they've ever talked to each other.
man, ah, when it comes to Chris, I don't also think Chris is also a good guy. I'm sorry. I don't think he was bringing. He's a Nigerian like me, my
Mm.
tribe guy. But I watched this episode and I shook my head. Yeah,
He
I
seems
was. I
pretty
was.
needy.
It seems pretty what?
I said he seems pretty needy. Like
Yeah,
he needs all the attention basically
and
on
really,
him. He needs to be
what is
supported here,
upsetting?
supported there. Like
What
you
is
might as well have
upsetting
a
to
baby.
me is that anytime he talks, he makes it looks as if he makes it seem as if that is how we do in our place. That's how we do for our tradition.
Mhm.
How we do in our country, and that is
Right.
upsetting, because that's not how we do it. That's not how we do it. Like I'm like, this guy talking about it, and also his ex. Mm, mm, mm. Huh. Oh, the way I felt like giving this lady a slap. Oh, I'm serious. The way I
Yeah.
felt like slapping this lady, this young, beautiful lady here, it was
Yeah,
so bad.
she was like she was enjoying this so much.
It's not even that. See, what even upset me was here the way her face, like, mm, you don't know
Yeah.
her from nowhere. Just because Jessica decides that she likes being bubbly and happy and go merry, and you decide to be squeezing your face and boning your face, that doesn't give you the right to say she's or call her names. Like, even when she said, "Oh, I'm a hugger," is it a bad thing to say I'm a hugger?
Yeah, but I mean, you could tell when she first walked in that Chris's ex was a little jealous. You know what I'm saying? She was taken
Thank
back.
you, you said it. Thank God you said it, because I
Yeah,
wanted to say it.
yeah. It seemed like she's a little
She was jealous
jealous.
of her. She
Yeah,
is what she wanted to be.
exactly. And maybe she should have stood up and greeted her because from that picture, it looked like she got titty in her face.
Why Why wouldn't she get it? Like she was like, she told you. It's not like she came at you with all fours, intruding on your space. She said, "Oh, I'm a hugger.
Yeah,
I like hugging." So
yeah,
you are aware.
yeah. And I don't want to hug nobody if I'm sitting up. I mean, sitting down and they're standing up. No, because I'm not about to hug your waist. I don't think I want my face on your clothing. you know. So I'm gonna stand up and greet you how we should greet. If you want a hug, here, come on, take this hug. You want a pound? Here you go, girl. Elbows, knee kick, whatever it is you trying to do to greet me, I got you. Because
Yeah,
I'm gonna be open if I'm trying to help you. If you're my friend, I'm not gonna sit back and look at your pics as, wow, look at her. She's too much. She's boisterous. She's loud. You don't like loud, right? You know?
I swear I felt so sad.
Yeah,
Why
she
I
didn't really give her
say,
a chance. She didn't give her a chance because of her little jealousy mode there.
and that's why I say I didn't like her, and it made me dislike Chris more because I'd already not liked him from the previous episodes when she came over to have lunch with him in this office. I didn't like
Yeah,
the way and the things he said to her there, and just because you are this, he said something there in Nigeria. We like because the men are the head, and I'm like, I hate it when you want to prove your point and you want to try to make it like it's a it's a generalized thing. Because tomorrow you're on national TV, you're on TV, network TV that people watch. And tomorrow a lady will see a Nigerian guy like you and be like, "Oh, I once heard that Nigerian guys like servitude." Just
right.
because you decided to go on TV and said that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Jessica because she's independent, she's strong. She's this kind of lady of like, I don't need a man to do what I need to do.
Right,
She's a go-getter.
right. Yeah, she got her own coffee line. I mean,
And
hey,
I feel like that's why he's intimidated. He's also intimidated with her. I think he's just this kind of person that when I go somewhere, I want to shine.
yeah,
I want to be
exactly.
who people are seeing. I want to be at the forefront. You are at the back.
Yeah, and if we both can't shine together, then I don't want to be together. you know, I just
And
don't.
Jessica is not that kind of person. Jessica is one person. I've seen it all through the season. Sorry, all through the years, this season, episodes that have dropped. Whenever she comes into the room, you will know
Yeah, she makes her
that Jessica
presence
is
known.
here.
Yeah, she makes her presence known.
You
You
will
know,
know that Jessica is here. She lets you know that the room has changed. The atmosphere has changed. She lets you know.
right. There's nothing wrong with that either.
And oh, the part that vexed me the most was when she said, the ex-girlfriend said, the fact that she's in your face and she no, that's not even the part that she's a strong woman, but she has no softness. Oh,
No softness. She says she's not soft, she's hard.
oh my God.
Yeah. Just because she's direct and she's a business owner, so she's no nonsense, she's beautiful, curvaceous, you know, and what man don't want a strong woman? Like, so that let me know that, hey, he's a little childish. You know what I'm
Very
saying?
childish.
Yeah. Because what man doesn't want a strong woman? Like, why you want somebody weak?
He is very, very childish. He just wants someone that he can just control. Sit here, you sit. Go here, you go. Dress here, you dress. Shut up, you shut up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
truthfully, that's Aries. Aries can do that for him because she looks like that. I said it that Aries is just looking for a father for her father figure for her children. She's not here for love, and I'm gonna say it again. She doesn't look like someone. She's in this experience to audition for the best father figure for her children.
Mm.
That's how
Yeah,
I
that's
feel because why would you why she was really pissing me off in that date. She was like when he apologized for him not having time for his ex, and she was like, yeah, when he apologized. Oh, that was like so the apology made you feel like he's a perfect guy?
but it checked one of her boxes, as she said. That checked one of my boxes. He's willing to apologize.
That's a very, very cheap box. No. that that was how I felt. Like that was a very, very cheap, very, very cheap box. If that could check her boxes.
Yeah.
And she doesn't really like the guy. Like that's why I say she's
No.
just here for the for the best father figure for her child.
Right. I could tell she really doesn't really. Maybe she looks at him like a little brother, a little cousin or something like that. But I don't think there's really a love connection, because like I said, when he was crying, talking about his mom and stuff, the way she looked at him was like, boy,
Mhm.
look, I don't have time to be drying your tears. I came to this date for you to cry.
Oh my
You
god.
know,
Yeah.
that's how she looked, it was like, oh God, here we go. And me myself, I don't like men that cry. I mean, not unless there's a reason to cry. If you cry too prematurely, then I'm gonna think of something wrong with you because I don't have time for it. You know what I'm saying? Now I can see if
Hmm.
something is hurting, or something's going on in your family and you're feeling really deeply about it, or somebody's sick, somebody passed away. Okay, I understand the tears, but somebody who's just gonna cry. I don't like criers.
And
But I
he was
understand he was talking about his mom, you know,
yeah.
and that hurted
And it was
him.
emotional, yeah.
Yeah, he was emotional, but she just seems like she's not there for that
She was
emotional
like,
part.
I'm
Yeah,
over this.
yeah. She was like, be gone with that. Take that somewhere else. Go cry in the corner. I don't want to see it. That's how she was acting. She had no
Exactly.
compassion. So I don't see her really liking him like that.
I feel bad because he's chasing after someone that is not chasing after him. And the one person
Exactly.
that likes him, he's like, you're too loud. You're not soft. Like,
Yeah, exactly. It's like this dude, he just wants a robot, you know, pick up after me, cook me food,
cook
be
his
here when I
clothes,
need you to be
wash his
here.
clothes,
Yeah,
be his slave, you
run my
know,
errands. You know,
exactly. And try not to be out there. Don't shine. Don't be too popular. Don't be known. Always be indoors kind of husband.
yeah, don't have no hobbies, don't like anything because I'm not gonna
Exactly. I
support
don't
you.
want your star to shine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna support you in stuff you want to do. It's all about me, 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 me.
Me, me, me. We go somewhere, me. We talk to people, me. Everywhere, me, me,
Yeah,
me, me.
yeah, that's that.
That's why I realized in this episode he's not the guy. He's a red. I said this other guy was a pink flag. Maurier, he is a red flag.
Yeah,
He
most
is Chris is
definitely.
a definite red flag.
Yeah, I would have been kind of done with finding that part about him. I'd have been like, okay, this ain't gonna work. I'm not gonna even try no more. I'm out.
He's a definite red flag, and I'm like, you know what? That suits him. Let him go look for that um magical in this generation. How many ladies want to be on the
Uh,
sidelines?
who
Like you say
who
move,
wants to
I
be
move.
somebody's? Who wants to be somebody's mother?
because he grew up as a royal. Like you see, this guy begins. He annoys me the most because he's my guy. He's a Nigerian like me. He's
Right.
from my own tribe. My
Mm.
that's why I'm being so pissed off for him. He's
Mm.
my person. We could actually be from the same village, although he hasn't talked about what village he's from. But we could
Right.
actually be from the same village. He's a Nigerian from my tribe. We speak the
Wow.
same language, and he's
So
saying these things. Like he's I feel embarrassed to be from the same culture as he is.
how
And
are
he's
these Nigerian men, if you don't mind me asking?
yeah, in Nigeria we have this thing of normal like um different tribes, different tribes with different
Right.
values, but
Hmm.
when it comes to my own tribe, the Igbo tribe, we have
Okay.
this thing like, okay, the males are like more, how would I put it, more known, like more up there, more respected than females.
Okay.
That's how we are. The males are more respected than females. But the thing is that was in the olden days. But things change.
Right.
As we're getting, into the new age, it has begun. It is now changing. Like parents now respect their kids, their female
Hmm.
kids, and still give the same respect to the males, so that they look at females and men the same way. It's these things he's talking about is what we would have been saying we were practicing in the 90s.
Oh,
But
okay.
coming to now that, new age, things are changing, laws, people are looking into the laws they made that time and being like, wow, what were we thinking when we're making these laws? What were we, you know, and things are changing. Now women get more respect.
Right.
Women get the same respect as the guys. Yes, but there's still a little bit of, okay, fine. The guys still, of course, it will not change fully, but the guys are still more respected than the ladies. But the disrespect the ladies have is not as much as it used to be in the old days.
Hmm.
And we're trying, as we're new school, as we're young people growing in, as we're trying to try to change that mentality that our forefathers, our parents used to have, that okay, ladies are supposed to be there, then the guys are supposed to be here. Then somebody
Right.
like him, that he's educated, very educated. If these things he was saying was coming from somebody that was not educated, I'll be like, okay, fine, I do understand.
Hmm.
If it was someone that grew up from the village, I'll be like, okay, yes, I do understand. He's still having that, old school mentality. But she
Right.
was somebody that has gone to school. I
Right.
can't believe that someone that has gone to school, you've seen how the world is, and we are changing. I recently had a case where, as a female, I'm the first born of my family, and a female for
Hmm.
that. So I'm the head of my household.
Okay.
Now we had this case, and everybody was looking like, some people were like, as a female, and I was like, see, that is not going to dwell here. I will
Hmm.
still have a say on what I want to do, even if I'm a female. And at the end of the day, when the case came up, and I was having an issue with somebody, and they took it to the village council, and was like, oh, she's this. The person actually thought that he was going to win because I was a female and he was a male.
Mm.
But because of the
Wow.
way that the world is becoming civilized, they saw that, okay, fine, I had reasons. I
Hmm.
had my I had my reasons, I had my evidences, and they were like, no, we're not gonna side with you just because you're a male. We would have done that in those olden days, not this year, not this age that we are in. So
True.
yes, we might have had that kind of lifestyle in the old before I was born. Yes, they could have lived that kind of lifestyle. But
Hmm.
when I met my parents, they were not living that kind of lifestyle.
Mm.
My parents were equal. in whatever they were doing. So him that is educated and you were opportune a lot enough to go out of the country, study out of the country. You know,
Mhm.
we respect a lot. We respect people that travel out of the country and come back because they feel like, okay, you've gone to bring in the knowledge of the Western world here.
Mhm.
You do that and you still say this kind of things. And I'm like, I don't know. That is wrong of him because the things he's representing, because I am pretty sure if another Nigerian is watching the show, they will look at him and be like, what's this guy saying?
That's
Yes,
crazy. So he
what's
hasn't
this guy
adapted
saying?
to the new change in how women are moving, and we're no longer under a man. We're basically equal. I mean, we're not as strong as a man, but
Yeah, of
it's
course.
yeah, but we're basically equal now. I mean, we can make
I
money just like they can. We put our mind to it and read up on it. We can build a house. We can work on cars. We can work on airplanes. You know, we can do those type of things. We can do construction.
mm,
You know,
oh my god, this guy literally pissed. Man,
and we can sit at a boardroom table.
he's a red flag and he needs to sit his ass down. He's a big, yeah, he's a big time red flag. And he needs to sit his ass down and stop talking about Nigerians. We have a lot of Nigerians out there. Don't taint our image. Don't go there spoiling. Yeah. Because tomorrow now
Oh,
someone comes to me and be like, oh, I did watch what they say Nigerians are this certain way. And I'm not like that. But because
right.
one person decided to open his mouth or her mouth to say things, people
Hmm.
then look at it and oh, everybody's the same. That's how life is.
Yeah.
One word alone is enough to classify the whole world. Oh, this is how people do in this place. This is how people do in this place.
Yeah. Well, that's how society is. They'll try and put a name on a jacket, put it on you, and zip it up and make you wear it for the rest of your life. Society is like that. So I
Mhm,
understand not wanting to be profiled like that. Nobody wants to be profiled because we're all individuals. So I get
mhm,
it when you say that you don't want everybody to think that all Nigerian men are like that. But I just want to ask the question, because
mhm.
I've never been to Africa,
Okay.
and I just wanted to know. I was just curious.
Okay. Well, I just I
No
even,
words, huh?
even looking at his face is very annoying at this moment.
Ooh.
Looking at his face, like I felt so pissed off watching the episode. Like I felt really pissed off watching the episode. I want to see how it's gonna turn out next because if there's one thing I know about Jessica, she's gonna let him have it.
Yeah, as
She's
she
she's going
should.
to tell him her mind.
Yeah, as she
Mm,
should.
she should, yeah. It's necessary. Because what's the meaning of that?
Hmm.
It's very necessary.
Yeah,
Now
it it doesn't seem like she's gonna fall for it anyway. Like she's not
yeah, no,
gonna cater to a man like that.
she's one of the ladies that I do like on this experience. She's more, I think she looks and she notices her environment and she likes, oh, okay, okay. She judges with how things are working. She doesn't just blindly move into things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that she's gonna cater to him. Maybe the right man she might be willing to, but he's not the one.
She was like, when the actor was talking about it, 17, and she was like, did you say 17? Oh my god. There and then she was already thinking back about her life, like, are you sure I made the right choice?
Yeah, exactly. I seen that face she gave. I read
Oh
it.
my god. She was thinking her choices at that moment, like, did I make the right choice? Is this servitude for me? Oh god. Now moving to the another date that I felt like, what the hell is going on here? And this is Herbert and his ex-girlfriend Melanie. I think this is the only ex that I kind of found also, apart from her and Jessica, that's Maurier's ex, I kind of also liked her because she was not doing too much. She wasn't trying to be rude. She was just proving her point. Now, the only reason why I'm talking about this date, especially, is because of Janelle. Did you hear this lady saying that she wants to be married by the end of this year?
Yeah, I heard that, and I was like, wow, she's moving real quick.
Real
Like,
quick, her face and Herbert's face. Wait, at that moment, his life flashed in his eyes.
oh god,
His
yeah, that,
eyes, his life flashed through his eyes. It was like, what? Where? Well, we haven't got into that.
yeah, I think he just wants to get to know a person. Like his ex said, he moves slow like a
Slow,
snail. You know,
slow,
yeah, like a
and
snail.
and 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 Janelle is not a slow type.
No, but he moves slow within the relationship, but he's quick to get in bed. You know?
But the fact that um she she was talking about wanting to be married by the end of the year, that kind of warped me one way. I was like, ah, already, like, were you trying? You like you're already at an advanced age, and I feel like you shouldn't be jumping into things just because you feel like, oh, I want to be here. At that moment, I felt like saying guys are the problem. Is she the problem for wanting and expecting too much?
Yeah, she got her whole life planned. You know what I'm saying? And all she needs
Exactly.
is a
Before she
donor.
met these guys, her life was already panned out for her.
Yeah, all she needs is the donor next. You know what I'm saying? And a male, a man around. That's all she needs. You know, because the rest of it is already figured out. You know, you can't go through life figuring it out
God.
together. She has all the answers. She has it figured out. You know, she probably got the clothes that he gonna wear already in her
Yeah,
mind, how
I
she
would be
gonna dress
surprised.
him, and
I
you
wouldn't
know,
be surprised about that. I'm telling you. It wouldn't come as a shock to me because the way she said it, she wasn't smiling when she said it. She was like,
no,
I
she was
plan to be married
serious.
by the end of this year.
Yeah, and kids as soon as possible.
And she even ended it with as soon as possible.
Yeah, you know, like
Oh my god.
honestly, honestly, like you want to get to know a person, you want to get to know their family, you want to see if there's any hereditary diseases in the family.
Mhm.
uh, you know what I'm saying? You want to get to know who you're, because you're not just marrying that person, you're marrying that whole family
His
too.
family.
You know, you don't know if you like them or they like you, or who's faking the phone.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to
Exactly.
take your time. You got to take your time.
Take your time. I don't know whether she's looking at her age, looking at her age and being like, I'm not getting younger.
Hmm. Yeah,
I felt
me
like
personally. Yeah, me personally, I gotta date you for 3 years before we could even like
mhm,
call ourselves moving close to a proposal. And
proposal,
then
yeah.
after the proposal, it's still gonna take 3 years for me to know you after you propose, and we're not gonna live together. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have your place,
Mhm.
I'm gonna have my spot. You know, I'll spend a few nights over at your house, you can spend a few nights over at my house, you know, and we're gonna date and still get to know each other before we talk about having babies.
and the way she was already talking about babies. And I feel like I don't think they're gonna work out because when she talked about the babies thing, and I feel like she's talking because of her age, her biological clock, like she might not be able to have kids and she's open for adoption. But he was like, yeah, no, I want my biological kids. And I don't know why. I don't like guys like that.
A kid is a
No
kid, no
offense to
matter.
him. I understand his sentiment to that,
Yeah, yeah. I
but
mean,
I also
but if
still
that's
don't
what you,
understand.
yeah, but if that's what you're looking for, then her biological clock isn't meeting up
It's
to what you need. So
he
you need
shouldn't
to
have even gone on. He shouldn't have even chased after her if
exactly
he was serious. That's why I be thinking these guys I ain't serious. I just think they're here for the TV time, to grow their page, to be known, nothing else. Because if you say you want your biological kids, right, and you look at the first day, I'm pretty sure that everybody said, "This is my name, this is my age,"
right,
and that her biological clock was not there anymore. And you still decided that, yeah, I want to still chase after her. It's now your fault because you saw it, you knew it. So why are you acting surprised that she said she added that it might be an adoption? Because yes, the way her biological clock is, of course, adoption might be the only way for her at this stage. And you are like,
right.
oh no, I didn't discuss that. I want my own kids. Wow.
Yeah, and I didn't hear them talk about a surrogate mother or anything if she can't carry, you know. So yeah, I just think that he is more interested in the the fun of the sexual part than the actual
Exactly.
relationship.
I'm telling you, these guys, like I'm looking at all these dates alone opened my eyes to be like, are you sure these guys are for real? Are you sure these guys are here for love? Are you sure these guys are here for a relationship or they're just here to waste this beautiful lady's time?
Right.
Because they be doing things and I'm like, I'm hearing things from their exes and their behaviors and I'm like, it's not sitting well with me. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, you knew she's old, and you still say you want a biological. Like, how do you want to do that? Okay, probably you want to go through the only option apart from adoption is you want to go through surrogate. Well, have you had that discussion before with her? That's the
Right.
question. You're dating somebody you say you like, and you know your priority is to have your own biological kids, and you know her clock is far gone. I feel
Right.
like that is part of the conversation you should have in the process. Be like, I want to have this conversation with you about the fact that you're getting older, you might not be able to have your own biological kids. Are you open to having a surrogate baby?
Right.
That is one of the conversations. So what have they been talking about?
Who
Every time I
knows?
hear we always talk on the phone for so long. What are you talking about?
Who even knows? You know? And like, I would be afraid to have a baby after the age of 40. I would. I had all my kids before I turned 40, way before, you know. And when I was 40, I asked my husband, I said, okay, look, I'm 39. I said, if we're going to have a baby, it's now. And he said, babe, between the ones you got and the ones I got, we good. And I was like, "Oh, okay, we good, we cool, you know. So that was the end of that discussion, you know, because that was like my last chance.
Mm-hmm.
If my husband
Yeah,
wanted,
if you wanted to.
yeah,
Yes.
that was my last chance because I was throwing down the what is the white flag when you done when you surrender. I was surrendering. Like, okay, after this, after 40, no, we're not thinking about doing this, you know. So yeah, her time is ticking, and she needs somebody quick. And I don't think any of those gentlemen are gonna
I don't think.
be the
Yeah,
one.
I think she has totally and utterly wasted her time on this experience. I can
Right.
tell. I think she has wasted her whole time on
Yeah.
this experience. No guy that I saw her went on a date with is ready for what she is ready for. It's
No.
okay. They are not at the stage she is at.
Right. That's that auntie for you.
Or probably she didn't chase after the guys that might be ready for the stage she's in at. Who knows?
Yeah, who
Who
knows?
knows? Who knows? She might have not chased after the guys that were ready for her. So, whatever consequences that happen, take it in. But I feel
Right.
bad for her because she has three connections and zero nothing.
Right.
Like it's better I just have one. I know I have one
Right.
than for me to waste three connections. I'm always having chats with. I'm always going on dates with, spending my time with, and to find out that at the end of the day, everything was a waste.
Right. Yeah, she wasted a lot of time on there trying to date guys who are undateable.
I utterly feel bad for her. Like I do feel bad for her. But let's go to this other date. Oh, I think I like her. I mean, that's Phil's ex-girlfriend. I did like her. She was another ex that I did like. She was not too pushy. She was not rude. She was just you know that she genuinely likes and cares for this guy.
Yeah, I
Now,
I liked her, but I felt sorry for her simply because when Phil was in a relationship with her, you know, he wasn't affectionate. And it's like, why are you in a relationship with somebody and you don't want to be affectionate? If you're going through something, then don't be in a relationship. You
but
know what
is
I'm
it still?
saying?
Yeah, we're talking about the topic of being affectionate. Does it still look like someone that is affectionate? Because I didn't see him as someone, or true, I haven't seen him as the affectionate person still. I think he's still probably maybe trying, learning, but I don't still see him as the affectionate type. Because Aries, Aries that is very delusional, use an example of, oh, his hands are under my legs. I'm like, mm, really?
You know what, I didn't I kept rewinding that part because when she was saying he's not affectionate, both of his hands were at the top of the table, and as they were continuing to talk, his hands were still at the top of the table. But then when they got to her, putting the camera on her, then I seen
His
his
hands
hand
were.
down there.
I
You
felt he
know,
did that to make Aries feel like, okay, I'm now the
it's
affectionate guy that I wasn't.
yeah, it's different now.
I don't think there's any difference.
Me either.
His face, his face is not even giving I'm an affectionate guy.
No.
The way he talks, the way he interacts, it isn't giving I'm an affectionate person. I'm gonna be truthful. When she said that, I was like, wow, Aries cannot make me not like her any less anymore. Because why does the meaning, the most menial thing, check her boxes? Yeah, his hand is under my legs right now. Check. Wow. For someone that has been married and divorced, I feel like you should be more knowledgeable about things that you're looking for in a guy and
Yeah,
not be faced by the small things.
you know what they say about the first marriage? It's practice. Because the second one is you go into it knowing what you want, knowing what you're looking for, and you're not gonna stop and settle for less. Or at least most women.
Man,
you
As like
know.
I was looking at her, like I didn't like Aries in this episode. I was like, this lady be annoying me right now. Because why is she just saying things about these guys? It's in like they were not serious things, and you're like, oh yeah, I liked that. Like, how does Phil's hand being on your lap count as being affectionate? Please,
Yeah, you know
please
what I
explain that. How does his hands being on the laps count as, oh yeah, he's an affectionate guy?
yeah, you know, and speaking of affection, I never really seen him with Kyra. You know, I didn't even know that they were like even dating.
I was surprised when I saw Kyra at the door.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck is
I
going
was like,
on?
what's
Is she a is she a
I was like, what's
constellation
this lady? What
prize?
did she end up here by mistake?
Yeah, you know, it's like they're just throwing in extra women as constellation prizes around here. You know, I kind of seen that when he first met what's her name, the beautiful one in the hot pink
And
the
Katrina.
yeah, Katrina. When he first met her, you know, I could tell that he kind of looked interested in her because she's strikingly beautiful.
And
You know,
I do feel like he was more interested in Katrina than Aries.
yeah, yes,
But I feel like he has realized he has realized that maybe Katrina is more into um maybe Katrina is not really that into him,
right.
and that's why he's pushing for Aries. That's why I feel. But Kira was like, what is she doing here? She was amazed. And this girl is rude. I'm sorry. Kira is rude.
Yes, she is.
And the
She's
way
a little
when she was like,
snob.
why were you depressed then? And it was like, at that time I didn't have job because then there was no supply going on, and I was depressed, I was down, and she was like, had a face change, like, I need a man that would always. I'm like, oh. And did you remember last week? We didn't cover last week. Remember last week when she was like, I have black cousins, the black culture stuff? She was like, I'm the
Yeah,
closest thing to a white girl. I'm like,
yeah.
this girl be delusional.
Yes, she is. She is.
How is she the closest thing? How is she the closest thing to a white girl? I wouldn't blame her. Immediately she said that thing in the episode, I literally had to go to her Instagram. Most of her friends are white.
Wow. Okay. Well, you can
I'm
tell
like,
that she's
she
not
has
really into the
drilled
black
into her
culture.
brain so much that she's white. In short,
Yeah.
I won't believe, I won't be surprised if she sees herself as a white person. Because
Well,
why would you, as a black person, chocolate, beautiful chocolate lady like you are, tell somebody else that is as black as you that you have black cousins? It's like a white guy saying, I have black friends.
yeah.
But it's more shocking because you're also black. You're chocolate, and you're telling another chocolate man that you have black cousins. Okay, your sisters are white, your brothers are white, right? Because I don't understand.
Right. But it was crazy when which guy was that? He told her, he said, when she said that, hey, you seem like you date white women.
And that's Quinton.
Yeah, Quentin. Yeah, but she dates white men. So she's on the wrong show. You know,
She's on the wrong. She
she has nothing in
is
common
on
with
the
them.
wrongest of shows, because why would you come on a show that is predominantly black, not a black owned show on a black owned network,
With black men.
and come and talking about, oh, I have black cousins, I am the closest thing to being white? How, if If you talk about Aries being close to being white, I will understand because she's a little bit on the lighter skin. You are dark.
Right. Right.
You are
And
dark
maybe
skinned.
she thinks she's closer to white because she talks really proper, and her
Yeah,
voice is
and
up
she's
like
always
this, and like, girl, stop. And then what is offensive about the black culture? That's what I wanted to know. Like, what offends you? You're
what's so offensive about the black culture? As in
exactly.
everything she said last week, I was itching in my brain, like, what the hell is wrong with this lady?
Yeah. I was like, okay, she's black, but she don't want to be black, so she thinks she's white.
Like, yeah, she think she has, when you've delusion has delusioned you a lot, if there's an English like that, that you start seeing yourself as white.
Yeah. I just didn't get her with her attitude, you know, her hang up on black and white. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't get her, and I didn't see where she fitted in with anybody, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
she seems like she carries a shield of fakeness.
Mm-hmm.
I bet as soon as the camera start rolling, girl, she be talking black and stuff like, girl, fuck that,
I
and
feel like she will be like, because um when she was being told that she was not ready to love, she just says, you know, when she was like, you know what it felt like me was like, you know what, goodbye, all you guys are kids, I'm bouncing out of here.
yeah, yeah. I tripped off that. I was like, she knew
Oh my
she
god.
knew it was just a matter of time because she didn't like anybody, you
and
know.
and the way she and the way she was like, you know what, take the drink, take the drink, like, I was like, lady, take your self out, because you cannot be like, from last week I started seeing Keyra in a different way. Like, I did not like her again. Before, I was trying to make excuses for her, like maybe that's how she is, she's too bubbly and sometimes she doesn't know when she says things she's not supposed to say. But after last week's episode,
Hmm.
I think I cancelled her. Yeah, I did cancel her because I knew from last week. I already said that I knew that this week she was gonna go home because nobody there or no guy there would literally stand her. She's saucy, she's rude,
Right.
she speaks everything that comes to her head and her mind, or at her thoughts. She just talks without thinking. Like, yeah, she talks without thinking.
Right. It's just I didn't really care for her too much from the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
because it just seems like it was a bunch of fakery, fake voice, fake pronunciation of your words, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh my
I,
god, she.
she doesn't seem genuine, you know.
Oh, she
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 don't seem
she
like
she
a
really
paid actress or something.
she really did piss me off in this episode so much that I was literally happy, glad that she's off the experience. At least let's see every other person. I don't want to be seeing somebody that is talking badly of your own of your own people in a bad
Right.
light. Like,
Right. We have the media for that. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to be
go
doing that
over
to each
there.
other. Yeah.
Go over there. Don't come here and be saying this kind of things. Go where you'll be entertained, you'll be loved. You sure you gather a lot of fans. If she's looking for fan base, she knows the right place to go to and she'll be so appreciated. Was certainly not here.
I
Not here.
concur. I concur.
So I'm I'm glad that she's out of the show. But we'll be waiting for next week because I feel like next week is gonna come with a lot of things, because now we're gonna be waiting for who the girls will be sending out in next week's um episode.
Yeah, I can't
Well,
wait.
I don't know. Do you have anything to like say before we round up?
Well, I just can't wait for the next episode because, I just want to see how everything is going to play out. I want to see
Hmm.
who Janelle really is going to end up with. You know, um, I already know that, I feel like that Sierra might be voted off,
Yeah,
you know, and Lee, because I never seen her really have a connection with anybody.
yeah. Well, let's just wait and see how that will go because I think we'll soon be coming to an end of the season. But I also can
Mhm.
also wait for the reunion because the reunion is where you have all the gist,
Oh yeah.
everything being played out. I always love reunions so much because they be giving
Yeah.
more. Sometimes they be giving more than the show itself.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
They'll be giving more than the show, so I can't wait for the season to end and the reunion being shown. Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us. Don't forget to like and comment on our videos. This video and let YouTube recommend this video. And also don't forget to subscribe down below. Click on the subscribe button down below to subscribe. And also join our membership, guys. It will be appreciated. Just click on the link for the description to join our membership. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Love and Marriage Detroit. Bye.
Bye. Have a good one, Queen.
You too.
Okay. Bye bye.